Please welcome the Belmont Marauders. At this time, we invite the captains from both teams to the center of varsity field for tonight's coin toss.
Let's go, run!
Captains for Belmont, number 6, George Fitzgerald. Number 9, Tyler Reynolds. Number 84, Jake Pollock. Number 58, Caleb Henman. And number 59, Ryan Noon. For Burlington, captains number 36, Cody Davison. And number 72, Dylan McKinnon. Belmont has won the toss. Belmont to first, Burlington will receive. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem performed tonight by the Burlington High School Marching Band.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Varsity Field as the Burlington Red Devils get set to take on the Belmont Marauders here. Tonight, we have a battle of two teams in the consolation playoffs as Burlington has just won their first game of the season and trying to make it 2 games in a row. Now, we're going to see Burlington's offense step onto the field for the first time tonight as Belmont deferred and they won the coin toss. So, Kevin, what do you think Burlington's going to need to do on offense to win this game? We've seen Kyle Pena so many times being able to progress through the season and connect with his receivers, but what we need to do today against this Belmont defense?
Well, I think Belmont is a very strong team, so we have to really watch not only the defense but the offense on both sides. So,
yeah, Burlington's run defense has allowed so many yards this season, and that will not be able to almost cost them the game last week and so many games this season, so we'll have to see what they'll do there. But now, for the meantime, it's Kyle Pena on offense, and he hands the ball off to Jake Doherty, who makes a good run and gets the first down. A nice little run right there as the blocks were set up, and Burlington gets their first down on the first play of the game.
Yeah, you saw that open spot, went right over the middle, right up the middle, and was lucky to get a few yards there.
Yep, first down, move the chains, and Burlington has the ball across midfield after obviously Belmont did a squib kick. I don't know about that with Burlington's great special teams. Here comes Kyle Pena in shotgun. He takes his snap. He wants to run it, as he's done so many times this season, and only gets about maybe a yard if lucky, but back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down 10.
Second down 10. Again, we're having you didn't hear it on here, folks. We're having trouble with the far scoreboard, so 10-13 running here.
Kyle Pena takes his snap, and he goes back to the run game. And it's Jake Doherty again.
Jake Doherty on the carry for Burlington.
And Burlington going to come up with about a third down, and I would say 6. Third down 6. Burlington, this is the place so far this season, Kevin, as I've seen, especially on the road. Kyle Pena has been able to stay in that pocket and been able to deliver perfect balls to his receivers who've been getting open. So we'll see what he can do here. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. He takes the snap. Good protection. And the pass is beautiful, and it's caught. First down, Burlington, their second of the game.
Looks like right now, ball on the 35-yard line. It looks like as they're setting it up here. We'll get into this in just a little bit, but as it is tournament time, many other very good games going on in the league tonight. So we'll get to that at the end of the first quarter.
Yes, and one of our main play-by-play announcers who I'm taking over for tonight, Joe, is doing that Lexington game. Unbelievable this season. And meanwhile, we got past, and it's just a little bit overthrown. Kyle Pena incomplete to Ryan Culhane, with a receiver who just came back a few games ago, his first appearance down in Wilmington. And Burlington is set up with about, I think, a 2nd and 10.
Also, covering not here tonight, battling a little illness, our friend Dan Brothers. Hopefully you feel better soon, Dan. We'll see you on Thanksgiving.
As Burlington will play Lexington that game, and Burlington right now driving the ball well on this opening drive, getting about another 3 or 4 yards, and it's going to bring up a third down and 7 or 6. Oh, third down 5, they'll call it. So we'll see. Kyle Pena already converted a third down with his nice pass ability and a good run and good route, and see what they can do on 3rd and 5 and try and extend the drive.
Clock running 8:40 here, first quarter.
Receiver in motion, that's Ryan Culhane, and they're going to call Burlington for a false start.
Coach McKay not happy about that.
Not happy. His obviously all sorts of line issues in general, both defensive and offensive, obviously not stopping their run defensively. And offensively, you want to not being able to run the ball particularly well, the offensive line, giving up penalties, not blocking, and also giving up a lot of sacks on the young quarterback, so taking a little bit of a toll on him this season. Yeah. Especially worse if you've seen that Wilmington game. Burlington's O-line allowed 6 sacks, and Kyle Pena needed some ice after that game. But anyway, 3rd down 10, and Kyle Pena's going to take the snap, bring in blitz, and it's caught. Nice move by Ryan O'Halloran, stiff arm, and he's down, but short of the line to gain. Burlington will probably, in all likelihood, not punt, so close and not going to kick a field goal at the high school level. We saw obviously Burlington won last week, almost lost again, but luckily for them, the kick went really short on the final play for Revere and gave them their first win, and very excited about that. So we got a 4th down, and I believe about 3 or 2. 3 or 2, so short, and Burlington's going to try and extend this drive. Could see Kyle Pena, he is very mobile, and as we've seen so many times this year, he could run it if he needs to do it. So Kyle Pena is going to take the snap, and his pass is broken. It's so unfortunate right there to number 17, Michael Pavo, the senior, and just went through his hands directly, and unfortunately for that, Burlington turns it over on downs, what looked like a promising first drive.
A quick little update here as we go through Shawsheen Tech at Stoneham. Spartans leading Shawsheen 22-14, 134 first quarter. I was talking to you quickly before that. Both teams have very much the exact same score. So, but again, we'll talk about these at the end of the first quarter.
And meanwhile, we see the offense coming out, and it's number 6, George Fitzgerald, the quarterback, who hands it off. And Burlington's run defense allows a big gain right there, and it's going to be a little bit short, so about 2nd and 2.
So as we look out at the field here, Belmont coming in with their maroon and white. Burlington coming in all red.
And we know Belmont or Burlington hasn't had their greatest years this year. Obviously, lots of losses and sometimes unprecedented. But with one win each and Burlington coming off that momentum, they definitely seek the win. And Belmont wants to try and expose Burlington's problems defensively and try and get their 2nd win in the season in these consolation playoffs. As we got early timeout here by I believe that's Belmont or just a measurement.
Yeah, it looks like a measurement.
And we're going to bring out the chain gang.
Looks like we got the regular chain crew over there tonight.
And it's short of the line to gain. Just about inches short, and it's a 2nd down and inches. So a good first run right there by Belmont.
Burlington and Belmont, in case you're just happen to be tuning in here.
Dan McKay's talking to the referee, and the referee's trying to explain something to him. We don't know exactly what.
I know. They should wear the speakers down there. All right. In any case, it looks like it's somewhat settled here. So.
Okay, so 2nd down and short. 1. George Fitzgerald gives it off to his running back, and that's an easy first down for number 9, Tyler Reynolds. And Jake McCauley on the tackle there. Burlington, as we know this season, lots of injuries, a new head coach, a new system. It's been tough. I believe we're missing Josh Lee in the lineup tonight. He's injured, and lots of players have been this season. John Magada, sometimes in and out of there, but Dan McKay hasn't liked exactly the penalties he's gotten. So we'll see about that as George Fitzgerald on the first down. Hands it off again. Burlington unable to stop him before he gets a good 6 or 5 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Obviously, one of the biggest things has been, for the last 3 games, has been Nick Campbell, who has moved into linebacker with Sean McGilvery, and they have been doing a good job so far in trying their best, at least, to stop the run. The defensive line has not been helping too much with that, but nevertheless, they get lots of tackles and also some pressure on the quarterback when possible if they throw it. But obviously, every game plan is mostly to run against Burlington's defense. George Fitzgerald is going to do a toss, and that's going to be to his wide out number 24, who is Killian O'Connell. And that is about a yard shy of the first, so we'll bring up 3rd and short.
One thing I got to say about which I like with these two teams is both of them have not, as we said, not had the greatest year, but they're both playing with all that energy, playing with full energy as if they've had a great season. So definitely not giving up on the energy That's for sure here.
Yeah, and the momentum Burlington hopefully can build off and try and get their second win of the season. Trying to end the season on a high note. Obviously, still game to come, but we'll see how it is. We got Burlington in his own defense right here, and Burlington look to try and stop the run, which they are not going to do. Another first down.
Play is good for a Belmont first down.
And that was number, I believe, 50,
Down on the play by number 59, Chris
59.
First and 10 Marauders at the Red Devil 47-yard line.
So the Marauders have another first down, lining up in almost every play. Almost is not a pass; it's always a run against the defense as Burlington tries to stop it. And another run, and Burlington is not stopping that until it gains a good 4 yards. Number 51, Will Lozanzo.
52, Themis Smagunius.
Oh, excuse me.
Second down, 5.
Got a little bit the rosters mixed up here.
Parents getting into it up here, which is good.
Yeah, the parents have been into it all year, especially Kyle Pena's dad.
Oh, yeah.
George Fitzgerald, another handoff, and that's a big hole, and that's going to be a good first and goal. What a play and what a run. Great blocking to set up the hole, as I believe that was number 9, Tyler Reynolds, with a big gap to run through, as it had way too many times this year. Bronx has been giving up these gaps, and it sets up a first and goal.
Yeah, you saw
And
that.
luckily, Jake Doherty was able to get there in time to stop what would have been a touchdown.
Exactly. Yeah, you saw that open spot, and thankfully Burlington dragged him out right at the end. But
So we'll see if they go for a run, and they're not going to go for a run. Burlington bringing pressure, and the pass is overthrown in the back of the end zone. And that was Fitzgerald looking for his receiver, number 10, Will Ellett. Second down and goal. From the 8-yard line. We're 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this opening first quarter. No score yet, but the Belmont Marauders are pressing for it. And the ball at the 8-yard line and looking for either a running or passing touchdown. They're running up in the shotgun here. A fullback is behind. George Fitzgerald, another pass, and that's a slant, and that's an easy touchdown. Burlington's defense in the shambles as Belmont exposes, and they lead 6-0 here in the first quarter.
still early here in the first quarter, but Burlington tried to get in on that stop and unfortunately didn't have quite enough time.
Yeah, it was a good slant route right there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Burlington, it's been hard to defend those all year, and especially down by the goal line. Very difficult. And now they're going to see the kick afterwards, and that kick is very good over everyone.
By Aiden
By number
Cadogan, it looks like.
3, Aiden Cadogan.
In the first quarter.
Who's also the punter. And he nails it to give the Belmont Marauders a 7-0 touchdown lead here.
Well, folks, just a quick little update here as we look forward to about a week or two from now, Thanksgiving. The Red Devils here at Varsity Field, 10:45 versus the ever popular Thanksgiving game, Lexington. Our friends from Belmont traveling to Watertown for a 10:15 game, so that's something to look forward to in a few weeks. We always say it's always a big, important game for everybody, that Thanksgiving.
And absolutely, and wonder if Joe's going to commentate for us or Lexington.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Lexington obviously having a great season. Joe's having a good time commentating down there. Very, very, very good season. 8-0. I believe they're playing Everett tonight. That's a great game. So yeah, and have to hear about that one. As the kickoff is another squib, right into the hands of Davidson, and Davidson goes to the 45-yard line of Burlington, and Burlington's offense gets their second chance of the game. Great first drive, unfortunately stalled a little bit on the incomplete pass on 4th and 3 to Michael Pavo. And we're going to see what they can do here, trying to answer back the touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like Burlington just always has to get some room, enough room, and just take off down the field here. 1st and 10.
And obviously the two Ryans, Ryan Culhane and Ryan O'Halloran, have been his top 2 receivers this season, and we'll see what sort of plays they produce, or maybe if Belmont is drawn to them, it can open up receivers like Michael Pavo for an opportunity. He has a screen pass right there to Jake Doherty, which is not going anywhere. Jake Doherty stuffed behind the line.
Paying this lateral to Jake Doherty.
A flag is down on the play. And it's against Burlington, as the ball will move back. It wasn't like it was going to gain too much anyway, as Jake Doherty was eaten up by about 3 defenders who read the play all the way.
According to the official, the call was holding.
Holding on Burlington, very typical call in NFL. Whenever you see it around the line of scrimmage, most of the time, or 95% of the time, that is going to be a holding penalty against the offense, which it is there.
So 3:53 to go here, 1st quarter.
What hasn't been a bad 1st quarter. We just 2 good drives by each team, and Burlington's getting the 3rd drive total of the game and their 2nd drive, and see what they can do here. Kyle Pena takes the snap, and a nice quick pass to Ryan O'Halloran. There we go, one of the main receivers, and he gets a good chunk of yards back. This is going to bring up about a second. I believe they're going to call it a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. O'Halloran really had a great few runs here this season, and another good-looking one there.
Yeah, it was a great run after the catch. He's been doing it so many times, as we've seen. After he gets open and catches the ball spectacularly, he usually makes a couple moves to get the extra yards or maybe even the touchdown. Kyle Pena trying to go quick again. He hands it off to his running back, Jake Doherty, who gets a good chunk of yards, and Burlington goes from 1st and 20 to about a short 3rd and 3.
Tackled by number 55, Sam Segurian.
Burlington might want to run like maybe an option, or run to the side and find one of their receivers, as sending some players downfield to occupy the attention of the Belmont Marauders DBs.
So teams lining up here. Burlington getting ready to.
Kyle Pena hands it off to Jake Doherty, and that's very close to the 1st down marker. They're marking it that it is going to be a 1st down. Burlington moves the chains.
So 1st down,
A good effort there by Jake Doherty to pick up the extra yard. And we couldn't see very well from here. Obviously, no instant replay to determine if the knee was down or not. But 1st down, we hopefully Burlington can build off it. Dan McKay talking to his receivers and Kyle Pena.
From the Belmont 45.
As Belmont lining up defensively, playing man coverage here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and Kyle Pena takes the snap. He takes it, and that's a nice throw, and overthrown again to the right side of the field, about the 25-yard line. Just overthrew Ryan Culhane. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
So Burlington getting there. A few nice drives so far here in the 1st quarter. As we always say, though, it's still plenty early.
Plenty early, absolutely. Only 7-0. We don't know exactly the sequence of events that happened in the Rivier game, but Burlington did manage a way to come back. And that's a nice run! Jake Doherty on the cue of I say, and of your say, Kevin, it never over till it over. And a great run for the touchdown as a whole, but Burlington broke through, just as it did for Belmont's offense. It raised through for Burlington's offense, who also have a good running game themselves. Matches the touchdown 6-7.
Yeah, he saw that great open spot, and at first he had a few Belmont players on him, and then they just kind of let go, and he went in a nice touchdown for the Devils.
So can we lock the kick this? Ryan O'Halloran holds it. The kick is good. Oh, no good.
Oh, sure.
It looks like it was going to be good. Unfortunately, that wind, or maybe it looked like they didn't get the cleanest snap, and Burlington still trails 6-7.
So 1-point game here early in the 1st quarter. 2 approaching the 2-minute warning, but 2:03.
Yeah, that was a good drive, I would say, Kevin, put there by Burlington. You know, getting a lot of run plays, just as they did, answering what Belmont's offense did to them, and then a breakthrough by Jake Doherty for a touchdown. Unfortunately, Cam Wheelock didn't get the cleanest snap, it might have cost him the extra point. And Burlington had plenty of time still to answer, as they were down by 1 point only last week, and they came back and won in the fourth quarter.
And in fact, what I heard talking to Burlington trainer Linda Banning, 2 seconds left. As we see a beautiful shot here of a
Of the moon, that's beautiful.
just what I understand looking at, because I do photography, I understand tomorrow is the official full moon. So, but a beautiful shot of the moon there.
And a pooch kick by Cam Wheelock, and it bounces, and that is lucky to be held on to as it bounced in a funny manner. Cam Wheelock's kick pretty good, allowing the spin and almost tricking even the special hands teams.
Yeah, Sam Harris of Belmont with a really holding on to it nice there for.
Marauders will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, but as we said before in that beautiful shot of the moon, it's a very nice night tonight. Nice to come to the game. Obviously, not as many people as Burlington would probably want, as that's probably consequently going not having the greatest year, and it's understandable. But Burlington, you're trying to improve. They have young players and a new coach that can definitely improve the system over the years.
And I have a good feeling about that. Now that they got their first official win under their belt, I have a feeling that now they'll do pretty good.
Absolutely, and here comes a run. Then finally, Burlington deals with it well. A nice stop on there for Burlington, as only, I believe, a no yard gain.
Initially tackled by number 52, Themis Lagunius.
Brings up about a second down and 11.
2nd down, 10.
2nd and 10.
You can see the clouds are moving in the background of this nice night, letting the moon be shown, the full moon. I'm gonna hear some wolves howl tonight. Meanwhile, here comes another run and, a play action pass that is caught. And a beautiful play action pass, which is gonna get a first down. Great play by George Fitzgerald, faking the handoff and whipping the ball downfield to move the chains. Connecting with his receiver, number 84, Jake Pollock, who ran a beautiful route. A minute and counting somewhat to go here.
It looks like the 47-yard line.
George Fitzgerald under center. And a toss. And a missed tackle right there by McGilvery, which leads to a good gain for Belmont's number 9, Tyler Reynolds.
It's a gain of 8, 2nd down, 2.
So elusive as Sean McGilvery tried to bust through, but unfortunately for him, not quick enough.
Yeah, just short there.
We have 50 seconds to go here in this first quarter. It's Burlington down 6-7. Each touchdown scored on a run play. Here comes George Fitzgerald. He hands it off to his running back.
Julian O'Connell on the carry for Belmont.
And that is going to be another good game.
Tackle by number 46, Nick Campbell.
And Nick Campbell, as we said before, been doing well in this position, as he was given a starting role a couple weeks ago, and he's been making those tackles. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and very short, and we presume maybe a quarterback sneak or just a full butt. And it is a quarterback sneak for the first down. And a flag. Maybe there might have been some extracurricular activity after the play, as it looked like players were drawing each other. The referee's trying to give the signal right now.
Personal foul against Burlington.
And Burlington's going to be given the personal foul, I believe, for unnecessary roughness.
It looks like you got a little...
Only 4 seconds to go, so we presume this is going to be the last play of the half, as Burlington, thanks to the penalty and the run, is given all that horror, makes them go back very far in yardage, and Burlington trying to defend and hold this offense to no points. the first time tonight. George Fitzgerald under center, and he hands it off to number 9, Tyler Reynolds, but it looked like
And that's the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, with the score. Belmont
it seemed like a whistle before, but
6.
they're going to call it the end of the first quarter, and a nice little run there to end it out as Burlington switches sides.
So at the end of the first quarter, Burlington 6, Belmont 7. We'll quickly run through a few of the other games happening here in the league. Division 1 North, Central Catholic at Methuen, Lexington at Everett. Division 2 North, Lincoln Sudbury at Masco, North Andover at Chelmsford. Let's see, Division 3 Lynn English at Billerica. Division 4 North Reading at Melrose. Division 5 Linfield at Newburyport, Watertown at Somerville. And as we mentioned, Shawsheen at Stoneham, AC at Hamilton Wenham, St. Mary's at Greater Lawrence, Division 8 North, Central Cathedral at Boston Tech, and Brighton Latin Academy and Lynn Tech at New Mission. Those are plenty of other games going on in the league, but of course, here at Varsity Field, the Red Devils and the Belmont Marauders.
As obviously in the first quarter there was a good first quarter offensively for Burlington, but unfortunately both run defenses on each team has not been able to stop each other. So we'll see if Burlington can make an adjustment. And that's another play action pass and a beauty as the pass from George Fitzgerald is caught by number 84, Jake Pollock. I believe that was number 7 for Burlington. Jake McCauley trying to break it up. He didn't see where the ball is and stuck his hand up, and it just barely missed that. So first down and 10.
Late in the first quarter.
First and 10 late. Actually, start of second quarter, 10:45.
Yep, and started the second quarter. George Fitzgerald run fake off to the right and hand off to the left to his running back Tyler Reynolds, and that is only a minimal gain.
Tackle number 46, Nick Campbell, to gain of 1, second down.
Nick Campbell again on the top.
Let's see. Looks like the captain George Fitzgerald enters for Belmont, replacing number 7, Luke Hopkins.
George Fitzgerald under center in the I formation. And a toss to Tyler Reynolds again. And a penalty marker is down as Reynolds, for the moment as it stands, gains about 4 yards.
Flag on the play.
All likelihood it would be against, and yes, it looks like the offense is backing up. It might be against Belmont Marauders.
Dylan McKinnon comes off for the Red Devils.
Holding against Belmont.
Holding against Belmont. It's still a pretty low score here, which is nice. Pretty close. Even score, 7-6.
That's how Burlington stayed in the game last week, only on a close 21-20 win.
Yeah. You know, those are always so exciting, but it's always so nail-biting doing those games.
Oh, absolutely.
When it's always
it just came down to a final field goal at the end for Burlington last week to get their first win, as in Veer missed it. Obviously very tough to make kicks in high school. The technique and the leg is just not as efficient.
One of Burlington coaches calling a quick timeout, going over a quick last-second play, but into the game for Belmont, Joe Vialli, and leaving is Fitzgerald, it looks like. These new lights here at Varsity Field, you can't really see on that other side, but...
Absolutely. No, we can't. As again, we see the clouds covering up the moon, going at a fast velocity. And, not timeout. Or...
Looks like Coach McKay has a question, or trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, Coach McKay looks a little bit angry.
And Sam Cullinan will come in for the Red Devils.
So this is a 2nd and 17 with the penalty. So Burlington has about 3 downs to try and stop them from getting inside the 4-yard line. You presume maybe they go for a run or not. They're going to do shotgun. And the pass to the right, that's where they like to go. And the intended receiver, number 10, Will Ellett, is overthrown by George Fitzgerald. And it's going to be 3rd and 17. In all likelihood, if Burlington defends this well, this will bring up a 4th down. But also considering in high school football, you want to be tougher because they almost always go for it on 4th down. So you want to restrict them to not be able to get into 4th and short.
Yeah.
And try and just hold them to 4th and long here and make them really have to make 2 spectacular plays rather than just one.
We're at 3rd down and
George
17.
Fitzgerald, fumbles it, and Johnson Magada takes him down. Big man John Magada takes George Fitzgerald down after he fumbled the snap. I think George Fitzgerald might have just saw his life in front of him.
Yes.
As when you got a man that big in front of you, it's very intimidating.
So it looks like 4th down and 22. 4th and 22.
Yeah, 5-yard loss there, and you don't want, not in the field goal range at high school level, and not in a range you can really punt and get good field position because the punter would have to do a magnificent punt, and the special teams unit would have to get down there to down it pretty fast. They're going to have to go for it on 4th and 22. This is a big moment here. Burlington just has to play some good defense. Fitzgerald, some time. Whips it to the end zone, not even close. Could have been intercepted, if anything. And turnover on downs for Burlington, and a nice little start defensively here. Restricting them finally, and getting them off the field.
Clock running. Clock stopped at 8:46. And folks, don't forget to stay tuned right after this in about 8.5 minutes. The award-winning BHS marching band and the ever popular halftime show coming up in a little bit, but 7-6 here, close score. Just about 8:45 to go here.
And Kyle Pena is going to take his first snap of the 2nd quarter.
Nice connection.
Excuse me, not the 2nd quarter. But there's a nice connection right there to Ryan Howard. His 2nd time being on the field for the 2nd quarter. This is the first as his drive ran between the 1st and 2nd quarter, excuse me. So, the 2nd time on the field tonight. And that was a great connection right there. As you said, Kevin, and I was trying to get my thing straight. Great connection right there. That's one of the main connections all year. Ryan Culhane and Ryan O'Halloran, but especially Ryan O'Halloran, considering the fact that he's been here all year and not been injured for most of the season. So a good connection. And over midfield, Burlington's offense. As he hands it to Jake Doherty, that is Kyle Pena, who hands it off there. And only a gain of 1 or so.
So as we, I follow all these things on my phone as we look here. Shawshing Rams trailing Stoneham 28-26 at the half. Some of our, I don't know how many, but some of our Burlington students over in playing for Shawshing. So we'll keep you guys all up to date on all the different scores as we get them.
And as we say that, Kyle Pena trying to build off the run by Jake Doherty, and that's a beautiful connection. What have we said again? It's Ryan O'Halloran. No penalty markers, 1st down.
Ryan O'Halloran with a great drive there. He saw that open corner in open spot and went right for there.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass into space, right on the money to Ryan O'Halloran, who ran his route through zone defense, and Kyle Pena has that all day. Knowing his receiver's route the best, more than anybody.
And as we always say, it's a great play, but it's better to go on the outside like he just did on the sides instead of right up the middle.
Yeah, there's more risk of interceptions down the middle.
Yeah.
And another handoff to Jake Doherty. Become a lot more prominent the 2nd half of the year, rather than the 1st half of the year. Cody Davidson was the main one. He's in there more for power now on like about 3rd and 1s, and so we got a nice wind here, a nice breeze, and the clouds over the moon have finally cleared up, so we have a nice view of this beautiful full moon.
Not too bad weather-wise here tonight.
A little bit chilly, but not the worst at the varsity field.
Hoping Thanksgiving isn't too cold up
Yes,
there.
I remember 2 years ago. It was the worst ever.
Oh, yes.
And a nice connection there. Not even close defenders. And it's Ryan O'Halloran again. 12-7. As Burlington takes the lead for the first time tonight.
Great drive in there by O'Halloran. He got that open spot and went in for the nice Red Devil touchdown. Puts Burlington ahead 12-7, 6:22 remaining first half.
Yeah, it really looked like a similar play to the one that they got a first down on for before this. And after a nice run, beautiful connection by Kyle Pena to Ryan O'Halloran for the touchdown. See if Cam Wheelock can make this kick. And this time, the kick is right down the middle, and Burlington leads 13-7. Nice hold, and almost got blocked, but just in time, the hold was good enough by Ryan O'Halloran, the touchdown score, to give Cam Wheelock the opportunity to prove it could be upright. As Burlington has a lead to build on, as they had last week.
Yeah, 13-7 here. Just about halfway through the second quarter, first half. And a great drive there, thanks to our friend Brian Brothers next to us. 17-yard touchdown for O'Halloran from Kyle Pena.
It's a lot better when Kyle Pena is in there and letting Ryan O'Halloran do his thing with catching them, rather than Ryan O'Halloran playing quarterback as we had to witness against Melrose, and not helpful at all considering the fact that Melrose is one of the best teams who in that game outbeat Burlington 34-6, and that was with most of the game being played by a quarterback, Ryan O'Halloran, who's used to playing defensive player and also as a receiver. And that kick is caught! What is Belmont doing?
Caught by Jake Doherty for Burlington. Burlington very excited down here.
Belmont, a disastrous special teams. And that's going to bring out their defense. Absolutely horrendous by the special teams of Belmont. The second time they've done that today, they didn't have to pay the first time as they barely got it. This time, Burlington recognized it, and Cam Wheelock's pooch kick, the same type of one he did earlier towards the other side of the field, gets Burlington basically the onside kick, the easiest pick on an onside kick you can see, and Belmont needs to learn the rules once again. You have to pick those up, and you have to block. Burlington's going to get offense on the field yet again. Jake Doherty, and he is stuffed for no gain. But what a gift. What a gift. Burlington's defense is going to be given another free pass to not have to try and if you're Belmont, you don't want to do that. Burlington's offense is playing pretty well. And not only that, you have to try and respond on the defense, who is vulnerable, Burlington. They're very vulnerable when it comes to the run game, and you couldn't do that because the special teams made a huge mistake.
Yeah, it would be nice to get another good touchdown going into halftime here. So let's see what the Red Devils can do.
Has three receivers to the left to Kyle Pena. Kyle Pena escaping, and he is decked, holding onto the ball well enough as he tried to scramble around, look for any options. Nothing was there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
We'll bring up third down, 10.
3rd and 10. As we have to look at the other scoreboard. 3rd and 10. Oh, he's not doing the other one. Okay. Looks like ball's on the
38.
Yeah.
At the 38, as Kyle Pena takes a snap and shotgun, good protection, and a beautiful connection. There's the other Ryan Colhane. Touchdown, Devils. 19-7.
Burlington with a great run again, right down the sideline. Burlington playing great here to end off the first half. 19-7.
Unbelievable. 2 straight touchdowns to the main men we always talk about, the Ryans. 1 to Ryan O'Halloran on the right, 1 to Ryan Colhane on the left. Burlington answers back that being down 7-0, with, we'll see right now, no good. Wheelock, unfortunately, not able to get the kick. They've answered with 19 points back, 3 touchdowns in total, and 2 missed extra points, including that one right there.
So 19-7 as we have 4:57 to go here first half. Burlington coach is going over some plays here to try to end off the first half on a positive note here for the Red Devils.
See if the special teams of Belmont handles it better than what they did the last 2 tries.
As the teams are coming on the field, we'd like to, even though this is a little bit delayed here on BCAT, we'd like to wish the best of luck to the marching band as they have their competition this weekend. But one of their many competitions. But they, that's actually why they don't have their uniforms on tonight, because they're getting ready for the big competition.
And they're going to do the same thing, and let's see if this time they handle it better. And not the best handling and that's actually going to be lucky for them that no one for Burlington touched it, because it's actually going to work in Belmont's favor. Wheelock's kick way too far, out of bounds, and it's going to set up about Belmont's offense at the 40-yard line.
Looks like
or there's going to be a re-kick.
Looks like 2 or so flags on the play.
What they do, I believe, in football, in the high school football, is they either re-kick it or maybe they'll put it at the 40-yard line.
I know with the, because I go to a lot of the youth games and help out with stuff, and I know they do have the option in the youth and the JV. I'm not sure exactly here with varsity, but I believe they do have an option to which one they'd like to do.
And George hands it off. George Fitzgerald, excuse me, hands it off to his running back for a minimal gain.
2nd down, 8. So 2nd and 8 here. Clock running 4:30 first half.
As George Fitzgerald lines up under center, trying to get another touchdown. As he hands it off once again to Reynolds. And Reynolds is stuffed. No gain right there. A loss, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
No gain, 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8. Nice little breeze coming over varsity field here.
Yeah, nice. And the flag roaming, the moon's out. Cars going behind in varsity field and screaming out as they always do. George Fitzgerald on the 3rd down, and timeout, I believe, called by Belmont. So Belmont going to try and design a nice play right here, trying to get some momentum back, as they gave up basically a free touchdown to Burlington with the bad special teams play, and they're going to need to answer. And if you're Belmont and you're getting stuffed on the run, Burlington's going to anticipate the run. So, and also, they're going to be fine with giving up 1st down yards on runs, considering the fact that they have a 2-touchdown lead. So they're saying, Belmont, you can run the ball as much as you want, but you're not going to just get 3 touchdowns on us, because we have the advantage now, and you're not going to control us with the run game. So we'll see what type of play on 3rd and long Belmont has come up with. If they don't get it here, you might presume they would go for it, just trying to get touchdown, or they might punt in bad field position. Here comes Fitzgerald on a screen, and going to have to make a move for the 1st down marker, and he just makes enough of a move to get the 1st down and move the sticks.
So Burlington playing really well here, 1st quarter. 1st and 10. Clock running 3:35.
And we have George Fitzgerald under shotgun, another same type play, trying to make the tackle, and Burlington does make it, just not in time before a good 8 yards are gained as Aaron Rollin makes the tackle.
Second and 2.
2nd down and 2. Shotgun for George Fitzgerald, and he does another quick pass, and that's That is beautiful. As two players, Jake McCauley and Ryan O'Halloran, converge to absolutely knock the wind. Knock the wind out of Belmont. As soon as he turned his head, he was on a swivel.
Yes. Clock. Officials signaling for the clock to run here.
It's about 2 minutes something left. As one receiver to the right and 3 receivers to the left. As it's a read option and a quarterback run by number 6, George Fitzgerald, and that's way too much space. He points and signals for the first down, which it definitely is. Way too much space, though, by Burlington on the read option to be given to a quarterback, and they cost it. It cost them.
It was second down 10. Great first half here for the Red Devils so far.
You have definitely getting lucky on the bad special teams mistake.
Drive in just short there by number 9, Tyler Reynolds.
Reynolds on the carry for Belmont. Tackle by number 44, Sean McGilvery. To gain of 5, second down, 5.
First and 10. After the huge run played by George Fitzgerald. Belmont trying to answer Burlington's 2 straight touchdowns. George Fitzgerald. And it's another of the same plays, a block. And not going to be able to get a touchdown, but I believe that they're going to be calling it a first and goal. So a great opportunity here with the run game, obviously, Belmont, or maybe even a play action. You had the ability down here, and they've already scored a touchdown in this sort of area with a pass play on a slant. They could try and answer back Burlington's 3 straight touchdowns and get them back in the game with about a minute and 40-something seconds to go here. George Fitzgerald, they run up in the same formation, to the right, to the left, and the pass is caught, held on to beautifully for the touchdown. George Fitzgerald. What a nice throw. And a second slant play, which is caught, and Burlington leads now by the score of 19-13.
So Belmont coming in close here at the end, but Burlington still has the lead. I think the basic idea right now is just stay strong, stay positive with this, and try to keep this lead going into the half.
Yeah, don't be deterred as you see the kick is going to be up, and very good, very nice kick, 19-14. So a good drive set up right there by Belmont, getting themselves back in this game, only down by 5.
19-14. Burlington coming out with a real strong first half here.
Yes, definitely, especially on the offensive side. And Kyle Pena has already thrown, I believe, for 2 touchdowns today. Obviously, Jake Doherty on the first one. Unfortunately, Burlington would be up by a total of 1 touchdown, 7 points, but Cam Wheelock unfortunately missed 2 extra points. One of them was on Ryan O'Halloran for not holding down the snap well, and the wind also could be blamed. The second one, Cam Wheelock just straight up missed it, and he has to have it, as he knows it, as he was talked to, as we saw during a break by Dan McKay. Meanwhile, the kick is going to be coming from Aiden Cadogan, who just made his extra point. And we'll see what he does here. He pooches it, and I believe they'll call it out of bounds, and Burlington's offense goes back onto the field.
So Burlington also down 2 of their players tonight, 75 Andrew Woods and 86 Luke Bradley in regular clothes.
And also Josh Lee, who is one of the best wrestlers in the state. The wrestling season is going to be starting up soon. He's been injured sometimes this season, and he has made some plays when he has been in there. So Burlington with the 1st and 10. Kyle Pena getting opportunity after trying to respond. He's thrown 2 straight touchdowns on back-to-back drives, trying to make it 3. Kyle Pena. He's got Ryan O'Halloran. Once again, a nice move, elusiveness by O'Halloran, and getting out of bounds. First down for Red Devils.
For first down Devils, nice run there by O'Halloran. He saw that open spot again, but unfortunately just shy of staying in bounds. First and 10 from the 11.
Kyle Pena with 1:30 to go here, so plenty of time for Burlington to drive and get a score. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Jake Doherty on trying to block for him, and the blitz, and a nice pass, which is incomplete. Ryan O'Halloran, and a jump ball was almost caught by O'Halloran, also at the same time almost intercepted. So it was a 50-50 ball that eventually just hit the ground, and we're going to call a second down.
Second and 10.
Kyle Penny, you could feel the confidence and his trust in Ryan O'Halloran to get that, and he almost did get that, and also his throw was pretty nice. Fortunately for him, the cornerback did a good job to whack it out of the hands. Again, they know this formation. They either like to run, they usually run three receivers to one side and one receiver to the left, or one receiver to the other side. Right, and mostly this formation, three receivers to the right. And that time it is caught by Ryan Culhane, makes a move, and he is going to hold on to the ball and get another first down and move the chains, and the clock is ticking.
So it looks like Nick Campbell being checked by Burlington trainer Linda Banning.
And Burlington also will take a timeout to try and regroup and gather their thoughts on what they want to do here. As a nice little first down picked up after the effort by Ryan Culhane.
So Campbell being checked by Linda Banning. Doesn't look like it's anything too bad, but hopefully nothing bad. He's played well so far here today.
Unfortunate to see that Burlington doesn't need any more injuries, as we see.
Too many on the sideline is not. All right. But still got to see here. Beautiful night here at Varsity Field tonight. As we were saying, a little bit cool, but not too bad. A beautiful, just about full moon. As the official full moon is tomorrow. Burlington, in case you just happened to be joining us, 1:14 to go here in the first half. Burlington ahead 19-14 over Belmont in the last, well, we hope, as they say, last game of the non-league playoffs.
Burlington trying to get their second straight win, and doing pretty well so far, trying to get that, as they were up 19-14. Kyle Pena, after discussing with Dan McKay what they want to do, three receivers this time to the left and one to the right. And obviously the running back to try and help protect him against any extra rush or the blitz. And that time it is Jake Doherty, who gets a good block, and he's down for a good gain, about 4 or 5.
Tackle by number 9, Tyler Reynolds.
Tackle by Reynolds.
To gain a 7, second down, 3.
So second down 3. And flags or whistles on the play. Clock at the official time 55 seconds.
And they had it at 1:08 right here, and now they're going to move it down to 55. So a 13-second difference right there between what they had and what they're supposed to have. And the clock should start to tick. 52 and counting. Burlington trying to go fast. Pena trying to make a move, and he gets through, but unfortunately tackled.
Pena on the carry.
And Burlington might want to take another timeout with 44 seconds to go.
A good idea there by Coach McKay. Looks like they're getting a little too excited or too intense. So just calm them down, set up a nice play to end, or probably pretty much end this first half.
Yeah, Burlington trying to end, I believe, they're trying to end. Luckily for Belmont, they get the ball to start the second half, so if Burlington scores here, wouldn't be the worst thing. But obviously you don't want that to happen. You don't want to be down by 12 points. Much rather be down by 5. Burlington trying to get to that spot where they can have another comfortable lead. Kyle Pena takes a snap. And his throw for O'Halloran. And trying to turn around for the ball, unfortunately got lost in the air. And the wind might have taken it a little bit farther than what Kyle Pena wanted it to. And it's going to bring up a third down with about 39 seconds to go in the first half.
Timeout. Full timeout. Looks like Belmont with a full timeout. So Burlington with the lead here, 19-14. As he would also like to give a little bit of credit here, as he did unfortunately have a little medical issue at the beginning of the year. Our good friend Ray Harbor here tonight. Unfortunately, due to some medical procedures and stuff he hasn't been able to really get out to many games this year. But great to see Ray and his dad John down there manning the golf cart for Linda.
Absolutely was last year. We had a t-shirt sold for Ray.
Oh yeah.
And I believe it was on heart disease awareness.
Oh, and here comes John on the cart. Looks like they're going to take Campbell off for right now. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but it's better to just check.
Absolutely, and as we said that, Kyle Pena with a nice throw to Ryan O'Halloran. Kyle Pena with a nice throw to Ryan O'Halloran. Unfortunately, Burlington wanted to get out of bounds on that play, and they couldn't get out of bounds, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 2. Oh, no, excuse me. They're going to... It was 4th down right there, and it's going to bring up a 1st down.
1st and 10 Devils at the Belmont 17-yard line.
Burlington lining up again with about 34 seconds to go.
All right. Great game here so far by the Devils. Officials trying to figure something out here.
As Burlington's O-line, and we got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Kyle Pena is set to take the snap. He takes the snap. And his throw, bad throw right there by Pena, which is going to be run all the way to about the 20-something yard line. Bad decision right there by Pena, and that costs Burlington possible points at the end of the half. It was really not a good throw. I mean, I understand he was trying to go for his top receiver. Unfortunately for him, the ball probably was overthrown a little bit and not enough time for the receiver to get his head around and see the ball. And it was an easy interception, which Burlington really didn't want to do. With so much momentum with 3 straight touchdowns, and that's a killer.
Belmont's got 1st and 10 from their own 17.
With 25 seconds left, we'll see what Belmont wants to do. They look like they're actually going to run a play. They're trying to run maybe a screen play and get some yards, and maybe throw up a Hail Mary.
Hail Mary right at the end.
Yeah. As George Fitzgerald right there made a pass to the sideline, and a timeout taken by Belmont with 19 seconds.
19 seconds. So Burlington, actually both teams really trying to bring this as close as we can, as long as they can. And 19 seconds on the clock. The unknown, because in football, the official clock is on the field, so this clock says 19. Hopefully it's around the same.
George Fitzgerald, who lines up, and looking deep. Oh, and what a pass! Just overthrown. He might have, if he had gotten that, that would have been a killer for Burlington, as I believe he had a couple steps. And that would have been a touchdown if he was able to just hook up. But I believe that the wind is really playing a factor, as lots of balls that we think that normally would be thrown perfectly are being a little bit overthrown. And that's big right there for Burlington, because he had the man beat. As Johnson Magada comes out, he sprints off the field, and Chris Dalton comes in.
So clock is stopped at 14 seconds. Burlington with a 19-14 lead.
Burlington wants some defense. That took and they're going to get a running play, which is going to go absolutely nowhere by
On the
Reynolds.
carry for Belmont. Tackle by number 59, Chris Dalton.
So 9 seconds to go here, first half.
And with this field position, you would presume that Belmont would punt the ball away.
Belmont.
Timeout Belmont with 9 seconds to go. You know, I always tell a funny story when it comes close like this. I'm one of the assistant coaches for the girls hockey, and we were playing one of these teams one day. I love it, especially with this too. They call it timeout with like 9 seconds left. Our game that we played that I was talking about, they call it timeout with 2 seconds remaining. Okay. But this 9 seconds to go here. Burlington with the lead, 19-14 over Belmont. In the as far as we know, last playoff game here before the big Thanksgiving Day game. And as always, not only at Thanksgiving here tonight, but also here tonight, we'd like to send our thoughts and love to our former announcer here, Paul Strati, passed away just a few weeks ago, just about a week or so before the season. And
That's the end of the first half, ladies.
that's the end of the first half.
End of the first half is a good half by both teams. Burlington in particular on the offensive side, except for that one bad mistake by Pena to close out this half. Burlington definitely could improve on the defensive side. They have been better at stopping the run as the game has progressed. Definitely improvement from the first drive where they allowed almost all the running yards and led to eventual slant touchdown pass and another touch. And also a lot of the second touchdown drive as well was not allowing the stop of the run, which allows another slant touchdown pass. So Burlington's going to need to improve a little bit on that still, but definitely progressing. And offensively, Kyle Pinion just keep on doing his thing, finding his two-man receivers, Ryan Culhane and Ryan O'Halloran. And I think Burlington could get another win.
Yeah, so at the end of the first half here, it's 19-14, Red Devils on top. We'll be back, second half action in just a little while.
I'm Nick Buongiorno, play-by-play, along with Kevin.
And I'm Kevin Carnell, and enjoy
The halftime show, and we'll be back in the beginning for BCAT Sports.
We'll see you later.
with the fight song. Fight song? Fight song! Fight song! Fight song!
Fight song. Set. 1, 2.
And good evening, welcome back. Second half action here at Varsity Field. Burlington High School and Belmont High School. Burlington with the 19-14 lead. And Nick, great start for the Red Devils here so far.
Oh yes, and we just want to mention, yes, nice to see you again starting off the second half. I'm Nick, one joining the play-by-play along with you.
I'm Kevin Carnell, and our friend Dan Brothers not feeling well tonight, so we'll see him here for Thanksgiving, but we're filling in for him here tonight.
Absolutely, and Burlington had, you could say, Kevin, a pretty good first half. Aside from that turnover and aside from a couple of bad defensive plays, and missed field goals by Cam Wheelock, it would be good as almost a little bit of a jump scare right there, but obviously be able to hang on from the kick by Cam Wheelock, and Belmont's offense comes onto the field to start the second half, down 19-14. So Burlington got down 7-0, scored 3 straight touchdowns, and missed 2 of the extra points out of the possible 3 extra points, and that's why it's only 19-14 as Belmont Marauders have made both their extra points after touchdown. So we'll see the offense here, as I believe we are going to see George Fitzgerald, who hands off to Tyler Reynolds, and a good first run. Good first run to begin the second half.
So, clock running here.
Tommy Spagunius is our most famous Greek player. Very, very good. We haven't heard his name a lot this season. Hasn't been making too many of the big plays, but he still makes some plays every once in a while. And he makes a good stop right there. And prevents them from getting a first down. And it's going to be, I believe, second down and 2. Here comes Fitzgerald, and that's a read option as he's stuffed. Should bring up a 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 1, according to Brian Brothers. Clock running 9:55.
Yeah, you'd presume a power play of some sort of just running up the ball, or maybe a quarterback sneak, just running the ball up the middle. Burlington's going to try and push number inside. We'll see what formation they come out with, and yeah, it looks like it's a power. It's an I formation. And a quarterback sneak, which is plenty for the first down. And Belmont is starting off with 2 first downs and a good possession.
First and 10 Marauders at their own 48-yard line. Updated out-of-town scores around the Middlesex League. Marblehead leads Burlington 21-0 in the third quarter.
Marblehead ahead of Wilmington 21-0.
Fitzgerald hands off to Reynolds, and he's going to get close to the first. Another bad breakdown in blocks. In trying to stop the blocks, by Burlington, unless, of course, there's a penalty flag, which comes in after the play.
39-36, Shawsheen and Stoneham.
A little bit of a delay here. Referee's trying to figure out what's going on.
In the fourth quarter, Everett leads Lexington 49-21.
Oh, so the game our good friend Joe's at, looks like Lexington's playoffs are coming to an end. He thought it would be a close game, and it's a 49-21 game. So an absolute disaster for Joe commentating down there in Lexington.
Appears to be offsetting personal foul.
Personal foul on Burlington.
Yeah, they took a while to try and figure out what was going on, and they finally said offsetting fouls, which I believe results in saying right now 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down. Second down 2, it looks like on the scoreboard. Referees once again trying to figure something out.
It appears to be 2nd down 2.
And finally, after all that, we're just going to go back to what it was, 2nd down and 2. Chants from the Burlington crowd as we're trying to wait play. George Fitzgerald has had a lot of time to think about this next play. After the long delay, I formation. And hands off to Reynolds, who leaps over Burlington defenders, and a great effort there to pick up the first down.
Appears to be close to a Belmont first down. Tackled by number 44, Sean McGilvery.
Sean McGilvery right there blocking out the legs, preventing anything further bad from happening, but not before a first down.
1st and 10, Belmont.
So 1st and 10 for Belmont on the Burlington 42, I believe he said. Burlington still has the lead, 19-14.
As Fitzgerald, yep, again the line formation. And it's a toss to a different man this time, number 24, O'Connell, Killian O'Connell, the running back and the junior. First time really we've seen that he's gone in rather than Reynolds.
So entering the game for Belmont is Fitzgerald once again. Coming in. Didn't see who he was replacing, but
Fitzgerald yet again a lie formation. And it's a handoff to the same person, number 24, Killian O'Connell. And he gets close to a first down.
44, Sean McGilvery. Players good from Belmont.
And
First down.
in fact, it is a first down. So Belmont moving the sticks a couple times on this drive, doing well. Especially in the run game and lining up almost every time with the same formation, the I formation, yet again. Why stop using it if you keep beating Burlington with it? And they're going to run it to Reynolds. And Reynolds is stuffed for about 3 yards, not anything more.
tried for the tackle there was
Tackled by number 72, Dylan McKinnon.
Dylan
Dylan
McKillen,
McKinnon.
yeah, one of the captains, has been a great season for him.
3 second down, 7.
Here's Fitzgerald, and he hands out throws it, to the side for a couple of yard gain. Will Elliott, who brings up a third down and I believe medium, about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
So Ryan O'Halloran on that play also.
Oh, very short. They couldn't see how close he actually got to the line because the sticks are on the other side of the field. 3rd and 1, and I believe another quarterback sneak if they want to just plunge across the line. That would be putting the quarterback in a little bit of trouble, though, possibly. And he predicted it and ran, and I believe that's going to be good enough for the quarterback sneak and a first down. couple, I believe, 3 times tonight we've seen him do the quarterback sneak on 3rd and short. Easy first down.
Clock running at 6:51. Little side note that I heard at the halftime, that moon is called the Beaver Moon. Trying to find out what that means, but it's called the Beaver Moon.
The
apparently.
Beaver Moon. Oh, very nice though. And also helped out by these lights
Yeah.
at Varsity Field. Fitzgerald, the toss to Reynolds. How many times have we seen that tonight?
Yeah.
And he's going to get tackled, but not before a good 5-yard gain.
Macaulay on the tackle.
Yeah, a lot of weapons for this Belmont offense, and they can throw if they would want to. They've established a running game. They could go for a deep play action pass, but they're just attempting to run clock in like the Dallas Cowboys he did last year, attempt to run clock and just score after multiple running plays to their one main man, Reynolds.
Yes.
See 2nd down, and it's going to be Reynolds again. A nice cut to the outside, and very close, if not a touchdown. And it's going to be a 1st down and goal from, I believe, the 1-yard line.
So 1st and goal.
2-yard line, excuse me. So Burlington, on likelihood, is going to at least be tied. Is actually going to be down after this, because unless they come up with 4 straight stops, and I believe that is good enough. Yes, for a touchdown. A nice handoff by Fitzgerald, calmly into the end zone after the blocks were set up, and Belmont retakes the lead, 20-19.
Such a close lead, but Red Devils couldn't get inside there.
Absolutely. Maybe presume they'd go for 2 here, trying to make it a 3-point game. Burlington is currently down 19-20 after the touchdown, as they're going for 2 here. And the pass by Fitzgerald is incomplete. So the score is going to remain 20-19.
20-19 here. 6:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it's a little bit of trouble right now with the scoreboard. 20-19 in favor of Belmont.
Burlington playing a great running drive and games so far here tonight. Still able to keep that lead until that play, but it's only a 1-point lead.
It's only a 1-point game for Belmont.
Still plenty of time. 6:11 to go here, and then
There we go. Now we got the scoreboard. Right.
And then a whole 4th quarter, so plenty of time.
Absolutely. Burlington winning by 1 point last week, and they're trying to prevent Belmont, unless it's Marine scoreless, which I really don't think so with these offenses. I think Burlington's going to get many more chances with Cal Pena and his receivers.
Yes.
So we're going to see a kickoff right here from number 3, Aiden Cadogan. And his kick is a nice squib, bounce along the ground to number 4, Ryan Culhane, who makes a move, makes another move, and he's tackled at the 50-something, around the 50, and actually crossed the 50-yard line to the Belmont side of the field at about like the 47-yard line. Good field position for Burlington starting off this drive for Kyle Pena.
1st and 10 from the Belmont 47. Coach McKay getting all pumped up here, getting all the guys going. Burlington just shy 20-19, but still anyone's game as we have plenty of time. There's a snap handoff to number 20 for the Red Devils is Josh Lee.
Yeah, 27, I believe.
Oh.
Because Josh Lee is actually on the sideline. He's injured tonight.
No,
And,
Jake
not
Doherty.
very good for Burlington. He's a good player for them. And Jake Doherty's the running back. So a good 4-yard pickup there.
With these lights, it looked like it was.
handoff is to Jake Doherty, who's going to run a read option. Jake Doherty comes close to the first down on a 3rd and 6, so if he's short, it's going to be 4th and 1.
Noon on the tackle for Belmont. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
See Burlington lining up 3 receivers to the left and 1 receiver to the right. And one of they like the split out formation. And a read option. Oh, he should have handed it off to Jake Doherty as Kyle Pena gets decked at the line. It gets decked and 4th and 2, so that's a turnover on downs. Burlington. Oh, excuse me. I believe it was. I thought it was 4th down right there. I might have been off by 1 down. I thought it was 4th down right there when Burlington's going to turn the ball over, but apparently not. 4th down, Burlington has an opportunity to get the first down still.
Good call by Kevin McDonough on the sidelines, telling them, relax, relax. Set it up, relax.
And a big 4th down here. Trying to get that first down after being down by 1. Pena, nice throw overhead, and I believe that the defender might have just tried to pick it off too much. He overread the play, I would believe, right there. He tried to, again, interception, or he just tried to run at them too fast, and Pena's pass went over his head, and he should have stayed in position. He might have been able to make it and come with a pick, but he overread the play, or overplayed it, and ran way too far ahead. Kyle Pena saw it over the head, and a first down to keep the drive alive.
That was Colhane on that.
And Colhane, as you said right there, he's picking, trying to get some yards. He comes out and gets about 3.
Second down, 7. Clock stopped at 3:40. Burlington down by 1.
So Burlington trying to answer back. 2 straight touchdowns by Belmont, as Burlington had actually put up 3 touchdowns against Belmont themselves. So here comes Pena. Pena whips it. Oh, that's a beauty. And a catch by Doherty to the end zone. Touchdown, Devils! Regaining the lead at 25-20.
Yeah, he saw that open spot there in the end zone, and he went for it. That was a great attempt.
It was a nice, I would say, a very, very good throw over the head of the defenders. Once again, reading the play well. Pena, other than that 1 interception, his 3rd touchdown pass of the night, a beauty. Burlington regains the lead, and I'm surprised they're not going for 2 to try and make it a full 7-point lead. And Cam Wheelock's kick is going to be, at least it is, no good. I don't know. I'm seeing things. It looked from here that was good, but apparently not. And Burlington's going to pay the price for not even going for 2 and trying to make it a full 7-point lead.
I'll tell you, that wind definitely a factor out there tonight.
Yeah, 3rd missed extra point today by Cam Wheelock, and he must be sick to the stomach. He could have if he had made these kicks, Burlington could be up right now by 28. I mean, 28 to something.
Yeah.
Probably 28 to 21 by now, and only a 5-point lead.
So Burlington takes the 5-point lead here with 3:33 to go here in 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time, still a whole 4th quarter to go.
So Cam Wheelock is getting ready to kick the ball. Cam Wheelock is probably not making too many friends right now with the team after all these misses, but it's understandable with the wind. And he's going to try and do a pooch kick, and that's a nice little floater in the air. And that's an unbelievable play by Burlington. The wind tonight is playing a huge factor as Cam Wheelock's floater into the hands of another disastrous play on special teams by the hands team of Belmont. Absolute disaster. You have to run. You have to anticipate where the ball is going in midair. You have to get to that ball first. There's no way you can be letting Burlington with farther back 10 yards, let them get to the ball with more momentum and catch the ball for a first down than you can. That's just a lack of effort and discipline by Belmont's special hands teams, and that's disastrous. The second time today that's happened. It's giving Burlington, for the second time today, a chance at 2 straight touchdowns. Kyle Pena looking for another one as he starts from good field position yet again in the third quarter. So Grunkle Hayne in motion, and I believe we're going to get a false start right here.
False start. Against the Devil. So we'll bring it back to first down and 15. Burlington still has a 5-point lead.
Here comes Pena. Nice time, and he finds O'Halloran.
Oh!
Whose pass is considered a fumble. Dan McKay screaming at O'Halloran that he should not have dropped that ball. And Ryan O'Halloran, not many mistakes, but he drops one there. That could have been a big gain.
So second down and 15 here. Ready to
Got Pena in shotgun again. And some time not going downfield as everyone was covered, and he's going to just get taken down pretty quickly and pretty easily.
Ryan Nunes with the tackle for Belmont. And we are at the 3-minute mark.
Of the third quarter. Nice night tonight.
Yeah. A little cool, but not too bad.
A little bit cold, yes. As that's Pena.
Oh.
And Pena is going to find O'Halloran. I believe that's O'Halloran. Yes, he is. And that's going to be short by a lot. And Burlington's punting unit comes onto the field. Burlington up by 5 points, and this field position with this down in yardage definitely want to punt and try and get better field position. Obviously, the punt game has not been great for Burlington this season. They've allowed multiple touchdowns off the punt, off blocked punts of Cam Wheelock because the snap either was not good enough or Cam Wheelock just took too much time handling the ball. We'll see what happens here. And that's a snap. Wheelock has to back up a little bit, but the kick is perfect. Right, and it takes a decent bounce around to the 20-yard line, and that's going to be the field position that Belmont starts offense with.
Belmont's offensive group, Burlington defensive group coming onto the field. Roper had that touchdown for Belmont. First and 2, I believe you said. From the 20, oh, sorry, first and 10 from the 24.
Okay, here comes George Fitzgerald. And yes, of course, Tyler Reynolds, one of the main men, and they're still fighting in the pile there. As Tyler Reynolds trying to push forward with his offensive line. And the handoff came once again from George Fitzgerald. Chris Dalton on the tackle.
So we'll bring up second down and 6. Clock is running a minute 20.
And here comes, I believe, Fitzgerald again. And he hands it off this time to running back O'Connell. O'Connell and Reynolds have been the top 2 running backs for Belmont's offense. And this time O'Connell picks up a good first down. John McGodd entering the game for Chris Dalton.
First and 10 Belmont from the 34-yard line.
George Fitzgerald takes the snap under center, hands it off to Reynolds again. And that time is only gaining about a couple yards for the second down.
Cody Davison on the top with that.
Cody Davidson, been a great player for Burlington this season. Definitely one of the main running backs to start the year, not as much the second half of the season. And been making some good plays defensively. Here comes Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald. And a nice screen pass, which goes in a move. Move by Will Ellett. He gets the first down, and we're approaching, I believe, the end of the third quarter as this time is ticking off. Unless they get off a play, which they will not. Burlington is going into, and luckily for them, the ball's at midfield, so just all I have to do is step onto opposite sides. Unless it says 0 seconds on the clock. They're running a play, and fake off to Reynolds, and a pass out to the side, which is dropped, and they thought it was a fumble for a second, but it wasn't. It was an incomplete pass, and that's going to officially end off the third quarter, I believe. He had 0 seconds on the clock when they ran the play.
And yes, there's the signal that's going to end it for the third quarter. Burlington with a 5-point lead, 25-20 over Belmont. 1 quarter to go here at Varsity Field. Burlington ahead, 25-20. Very similar kind of situation as last week. Very close right at the end, and starting the last fourth and final quarter here, up by 5. Red Devils playing a great game here tonight.
So everyone's trying to discuss what's going on here. With about the 11 minutes and just the final quarter to play. Burlington trying to hang on to a win, as they currently would have the win here with a 5-point lead. Trying to hold on to that second straight win and the second total of the season. As the defense of Burlington comes out for the last quarter.
Well, a real nice one would get another nice touchdown or so here and continue to put some nice points on the board. Final score coming in from Stoneham. Stoneham 44, Shawsheen 39.
That's a great game right there. To score forward, a high-scoring, close game like that, that's the games commentators live for. 44-39, great score. We have a good game tonight, 25-20, as Burlington leads. And that pass right there by Fitzgerald was incomplete, bringing up a third down and 10.
As they do sometimes watch some of the other games, like to if you do end up catching this, congratulations, Coach Costabile from Shawsheen Tech. Great season. He's I believe he is entering his I believe it's 45th season with the Shawsheen Rams. So amazing guy, great guy, and just shy of the tournament championships, but great job, Coach C.
Fitzgerald right there, a handoff, which is only good for a couple of yards, so we'll bring up a fourth down. So a big fourth down coming up here for Burlington, trying to stop what would be Belmont's offense and try and get the ball back so they can run some clock, have the lead. And Fitzgerald is going to pass it, and it's incomplete. Great play defensively by Burlington there. It would not have been even close to the first down marker if he had caught it and if there was a defender right there on him to tackle him. Make sure that he wasn't going to get in it, and he dropped it regardless. So Burlington takes over with a nice momentum shift. Burlington brought the blitz, made Fitzgerald throw the ball quickly.
Oh, here we go. 24-14. Marble had 13 seconds over Wilmington. Not sure if that's halftime or what, but 24-14. Marblehead over Wilmington, 13 seconds.
Here comes Pena, handing it off. And Jake Doherty gets a couple of yards. On some good blocking there, but good play by the defense to catch up to Doherty and take him down.
The second down 7. Clock is running at 9:55 here in the fourth and final quarter.
And Pena's pass is not good, and it goes way too close to the ground. Incomplete pass. Brings up a 3rd and 7.
So 3rd down 7. Ball is on the 49-yard line, it looks like. Just over the 50.
And it is just a bit. It's like on the 50 exactly. As Pena gets ready, 3 receivers to the right. Pena takes a snap. Pressure coming. Pena trying to escape it and not going to escape that. And it's going to bring about 4th down and presumably a punt. And the punt team is coming on.
The punt team.
Cam Wheelock's first kick, a pretty good kick in this cold night tonight.
Yeah, it's gotten a little cooler as the night's
It
gone
definitely
on.
has been a little bit colder than what it was before in the game.
But that was expected, so.
So Burlington, and nice snap, a good kick, good protection, beautiful kick. And not fair caught, and tackled immediately. Unbelievable coverage, unbelievable blocking, and an unbelievable hang time kick by Cam Wheelock, setting Burlington up with good momentum, still on defense and good position.
Looks like we have a.
And there might be some penalty.
Yeah, he's up. Looks like there was a possible injured player for Belmont. Belmont's trainer apparently covering another event. Burlington trainer Linda Banning over to check out what's going on. Linda Banning covering both sides of the field tonight.
Okay, so let's see what's going here. Pena. Oh, no, excuse me, not Pena, as we see the offense take back over and Braun his defense on the field. Fitzgerald tosses it over to Reynolds, and Reynolds tries to make a move, but not going to go anywhere, and he stopped for minimal gain.
Cody Davison on the tackle. 2nd down and 8. Clock running 8:40. Red Devils still have the lead 25-20.
And trying to preserve that lead by the defense and maybe trying to run the clock. Definitely not wanting to give up any chunk plays here, trying to make Belmont's offense go the length of the field with lots of time taken off. As Fitzgerald hands it off to Reynolds, and Burlington not wanting to give up too much of the passing game, expose the run game once again, and that's a good gain.
As you can see with the flag and the coach's shirts, the wind definitely picking up here at Varsity Field. Signaling for the clock to run at 8:08. Burlington with a 5-point lead over Belmont in what we expect to be the last game of the playoff.
And that's a nice stop right there by Burlington's defense as they read the run and stopped them for no gain. They tried to go to the outside. Burlington was all over that, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down.
2nd and 8 here.
Belmont Marauders haven't taken too many shots down the field tonight with Fitzgerald. You might wonder at one point George Fitzgerald wants to maybe try and do a play action pass and go for a deep bomb, which could maybe be a play of the game if they got a touchdown off it. But right now we're seeing Fitzgerald under center again in I formation. So many times he's done that tonight. And once again, a handoff, which is broken. Still going, gaining extra yards on the play. Burlington unable to tackle. And number 24, who is Killian O'Connell, makes a good run. And the chains will move again.
Jake Doherty on that. 1st down and 10 on the 27-yard line for Belmont. Sorry, 47-yard line for Belmont.
And Fitzgerald, another toss to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to get some blocks, and he does. gets about good 6 yards right there on the tackle.
Cody Davison on that tackle. So clock is running 6:35 here in the fourth and final quarter at Varsity Field.
Here comes Burlington, looking like they're bringing a blitz and playing some zone defense. And trying to stop that run, putting players in the box. It doesn't look like they'll stop it. Might have come up short, but looks like it might be good enough also for the first down. They're going to call it short, I believe. Third down. Third down and 1.
Number 52,
Tom Spagunius on the tackle.
So 3rd and 1. Both teams coming out of the huddle here for Burlington and Belmont.
And it looks like it's going to be just another quarterback sneak. They've done that so many times tonight. And the power gets across for a first down yet again, the 4th time tonight.
They're running pretty much the same play as we were just saying the whole night here. So obviously it's working. First down, Belmont.
And the clock is ticking. About 5 minutes and 30-something seconds to go here in what's been a good game. Burlington still has the lead 25-20, which came off of the touchdown pass by Pena. Touchdown pass most recently to Jake Doherty. He's thrown to 3 different receivers tonight for touchdowns. And Belmont's offense on the move with the first down and a handoff, a read option, which is taken by the quarterback himself. So Fitzgerald runs it for a good 3 or 2 yards. Brings up second down.
Thomas Lagunius for Belmont. Second down, 6 here. 4:55 remaining here in the game. Burlington still with that 25-20 lead. Trying to keep that lead as much as they can through this fourth quarter. Waste as much time off the clock.
I formation here. And another toss to Reynolds. They're trusting the block game to do it for him. And that's why. And I believe that toss is not to Reynolds. It was to number 24, O'Connell. And O'Connell breaks through for another first down after great blocks were set up to create the gap. So many times tonight, Burlington have been exposed in this area and in the toss and the run game, and not been horrible tonight at it in terms of stopping it compared to other weeks. But nevertheless, not the best they want. And I believe timeout by Burlington trying to get their defense a rest here. This is an important drive, trying not to get a touchdown conceded, as a touchdown for Belmont in any fashion, regardless of extra points being made, would give them a lead.
Yeah, that's a good call by Coach McKay. Timeout, figure out a play, set up something, calm them down for a little bit, and go in for these last remaining minutes that we have here. 4.5 minutes remaining in this game here at Varsity Field. Again, folks, pretty much as far as we know right now, the next time we'll see you is the very big and famous Thanksgiving Day football game here at Varsity Field. 10:45 start against the Lexington Minutemen in just a few weeks from now. But it's not a rule, but it's kind of a thing they go by. They always give them at least a week or two to get ready for Thanksgiving. So that's why I'm saying I believe this is going to be the last game before Thanksgiving. So Burlington's still with that 25-20 lead. Trying to run the clock here as much as they can. So Belmont taking time coming out of the huddle. And 4:31.
the handoff. Oh! And a great run right there for another first down by Reynolds. And Reynolds has done that many times tonight. Coming off the timeout, first down for Belmont. And approaching 4 minutes and something to go here. They're might be a little bit nervous for Burlington. They'd have to come back and score a touchdown if Belmont does go on to get the points here.
Yeah, Burlington needs to stop them here, and let's see what they got. Clock is at 4:10 remaining in the game. Clock winding down. Burlington trying to spend as much off the clock as they can.
And Reynolds. Nice run! Reynolds! There you go, Kevin! Touchdown! And the lead is restored. 26-25.
Very similar to what we saw the other night down in Revere. Burlington coming up just short here, 26-25. Still a fair amount of time left, 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Still anyone's game. Burlington's going to have to try and score points themselves, as another 2-point conversion is going to be attempted here. And this time it is no good again. Burlington only down by 1 still.
And as we saw,
attempting to go on a wide out to the side and incomplete. He had it in his grasp before. A nice little play right there by O'Halloran to whack it free.
And as we saw last week in Revere, there's 3:59 to go, 4 minutes to go, and that's still, as we saw a few weeks ago in Revere, is plenty of time. Burlington got the win a few weeks ago in Revere with 2 seconds left. So still plenty of time here. 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes to go. And here we go. Waiting for the official to put the ball down to see where we're starting from. Looks like it's going to be the 40-yard line.
I believe so.
1st and 10.
And Burlington, we're setting up for another exciting finish, just like we were last week in Revere. A 1-point game, and the team's going to have to try and come back on the final drive that they probably have and score points. Burlington has a chance to see if they can come up clutch or not. And Ryan O'Halloran trying to get some extra, Ryan Culhane trying to get some extra yards. And he is about stopped at the 39-yard line.
Starting at their own 37-yard
37-yard line, excuse me. Forward progress only to the 37. And Burlington is going to try and call clutch with about 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go, 50 seconds to go. They're going to try and score the points they need, either by field goal or probably by a touchdown, considering high school football.
Yeah.
So they want to get down to the area where they can definitely try for a touchdown or an easy field goal. And they're going to run it first, and it's going to be by Jake Doherty. It's going to be a nice little run, only a couple yards gained, and a second down.
It's a gain of 6, second down, 4.
And that's Pena looking, Pena sacked! You cannot get the sack. You have to throw that ball away. Pena with a huge mistake. And the sack is going to bring up a 3rd and long. He should have seen that he had pressure. There's like a mental clock in a quarterback's head. And he had to throw that ball away. He could not take a sack. It's going to bring up 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Big plays are coming up for Burlington. Definitely don't want to give the ball back with this amount of time left, and to an offense that's running the ball and use it very efficiently. cheerleaders and the fans are trying to urge the Devils on here as Kyle Pena back in shotgun, looking. Pena's pass, he had O'Halloran in front if he led him, and he threw it far enough, but he just couldn't get enough power on it, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, which could determine if the Devils win this game or not. With only 2 minutes and 21 seconds remaining.
So Burlington in a clutch situation here, trying to see if they can get the last touchdown or last few points on the board and come away with a nice one here at Varsity Field.
So here we go. Big play for the Devils, trying to win this game, and that's a blitz. Pena fumbled, recovered. That might just have done it, and Burlington does not deliver in the clutch. Pena did not do a good job of picking up the blitz. Neither did his blocking running back. And Burlington is in a huge jam right now.
Still 2:15 to go, but a little too.
It was a blitz. It was a safety blitz. He came from the side. Nobody picked him up, and I saw it all the way. It was a disaster as I saw Kyle Pena got rammed and fumbled. And it looked kind of honestly like the tuck rule play from 2001 of Tom Brady getting hit as the safety blitz, and this time a more obvious fumble as I strongly believe that Tom Brady didn't fumble that ball in the Raider game. And they're trying to run the clock, and important tackle made right there to grab him from the backside and take him down, and Burlington's going to use a timeout. And crucial for here, Kevin, for Burlington to be able to make a defensive stop is they're going to run the ball. We know they're going to run the ball. I'm not going to do anything tricky here, as in they don't want to give the ball back to Burlington's offense because they know Pena is also capable of themselves. So definitely want George Fitzgerald to manage the situation properly and come up with a win here. With about 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go, Burlington still has a good amount of timeouts, and they definitely are going to need to use them.
Yeah, Burlington still have a decent amount of time, too.
And cheerleaders are urging Burlington to play some defense.
Lady Devils with their new BHS jackets and their devil ears over there. I didn't even see those with those lights, but...
And now they're going to run it again, and what do you know? It's a toss, and it's going to pick up about 3 yards. And a huge 3rd down coming up. Another timeout by Burlington.
Two-minute warning here at Varsity Field. The 2-minute warning
at Varsity Field here.
Burlington down by 1.
They need a stop, and it'll make it interesting. If they stop him here, they would either go for it, kick a field goal, or punt it. I would suspect they might go for it because the difference of field position for a punt and missing on 4th down is a little different. So it'll be interesting to see. Burlington's never, regardless, it doesn't matter if they do not stop them here. So Burlington's going to need to come up with a big stop. Either Reynolds, we suspect, who's been the great running back, on a toss and stop and get through a block to make a play, or get George Fitzgerald to make a bad play. And it's definitely looked like another run. Oh! And a disaster by Burlington if this is going to be against Burlington.
Flag on the play for Burlington. Flag on the play, excuse me.
Offsides and a disaster. Dan McKay shaking his head as Burlington had them in a 3rd and long, and now they have more of a possibility of picking up with just a run. A disaster, and Burlington not happy about this. I believe John McGotter led the way on the offsides, and not good.
2nd and inches.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and inches, which all they have to do is a quarterback sneak, and it pretty much ends this game. That is how bad that's the disaster of what happened right here for Burlington on the offsides penalty. But a good cadence by Fitzgerald, and he will take it himself. Or hand it off to the fullback, who gets the first down. And unless Burlington can get enough timeouts left, which I believe Burlington, how many timeouts? Burlington has timeout, and they'll use it here.
So timeout Burlington with a minute 58 remaining. Burlington down by 1, 26-25. Red Devils marching band playing their Go Big Red.
And Burlington's in a very tough situation here with, I believe, now limited timeouts, and they are need to stopping this run game, which they have not done a good job of doing today.
Changing up here, a minute 56 remaining.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter.
Burlington does a good job right there.
Tackled by number 52 is Bagunius.
As Burlington takes another timeout. Just trying to stop the clock. They get almost no gain, which Burlington obviously needs to stop the run game. Down by 1 point, 26-25 here at Varsity Field.
A minute 52. Minute 52, 2nd and 7. So 2nd down 7. A minute 52 remaining here at Varsity Field. Burlington down by 1 to Belmont. 26-25.
And a nice little handoff right there. And Burlington, a decent gain for about 2-3 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd down. And Burlington takes another timeout.
Coach McKay trying to use as many timeouts and come up with as many plays as he can with these last remaining time that he has here. It could be 3rd down and 7. Sorry, they just changed that. 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4. And the moon is moving. It's pretty, it's just about directly over Varsity Field right now.
Oh, S&D.
Still trying to figure that out for our friend Linda Banning, but calling it a beaver moon. Not sure exactly what that means, but I'll look it up and try to figure it out. But anyways, 3rd and 4.
Devils are trying to stop them on 3rd and 4. Last chance for Burlington. If they stop them here, they could either go for it or they could kick a field goal. Burlington needs a stop here. Cannot jump off sides again. Bringing pressure, another toss. The blocking is good, but not good enough, and Burlington stops them. Burlington out of timeouts, and the clock is going to continue to run.
A minute 30.
And counting. 4th down, and we're not going to see them go off the field. They're going to bring the offense back out again, trying to run the ball. Reynolds has come off the field, so they're not going to bring in him. And the clock has just hit underneath a minute because they can run it out, essentially.
Red Devils trying to take as much time as they can here.
And they take it all the way down to 50 seconds. So Burlington comes up with the stop. They'll have 50 seconds to. They'll have about 45 seconds to drive down the field from their own 20. If they don't get a stop, it's game over. So, not very good situation here for Burlington Red Devils, but still possible.
Yeah, great game so far also by Burlington tonight. Unfortunately, right at the end here, well, it's not over yet, but right at the end here, came up a little short, but let's see what they can do here with 50 seconds remaining here at Varsity Field. 4th and 4. So here we go, 4th down 4.
And Burlington needs to stop to have any hope of possibly getting a chance. Belmont leading 26-25. The first down here ends the game. Lining up in I formation. Trusting. And they definitely should have trusted him, as that is a first down picked up by O'Connell. The power running back is getting a first down and ending this game. No more timeouts for Burlington, and the clock is going to continue to run out. All they have to do is take one knee, and this game's done. Good effort tonight here by Burlington. Taking actually their biggest, they had a big lead at one point in this game.
Yeah.
19-7. They had 19 unanswered points, but Belmont stormed back to win this game.
And they
26-25. A great game, as we have seen so many of them. The last two games decided by both 1 point from Burlington. That's a good thing, considering the fact that they won by 1 point last week. They lose by 1 point, unfortunately, this week, but still making progress each week. Consolation playoffs are over. The next game will be Lexington. I am Nick Buongiorno.
And I'm Kevin Carnell. Burlington, very quickly, things definitely turning around for Burlington. And we'll see you here at Varsity Field at 10:45.
Lexington against Lexington on Thanksgiving.
We'll
Thank you for watching, and have a good night, everyone, for BCAT Sports.